beautiful souls. Welcome to LaMeel Radio, where the vibes are high, the tea is sacred, and the magic is always flowing. Now here's your guide to the goddess frequency.
Welcome to LaMeel Radio, where the vibes are high, the tea is sacred, and the magic is always flowing. I'm your guide, Goddess LaMeel, and together we are rising, remembering, and radiating pure magic.
Hey, beautifuls, it's Goddess LaMeel, and you are tuned in to LaMeel Radio. Welcome back. Today's episode is about the power and truth of womb manifesting. And so I want you to relax. I want you to sit back. Know that LaMeel Radio is your sacred space for multidimensional expansion, unapologetic truth, and real talk about living, loving, and manifesting as the divine woman you truly are. So today we're diving into one of the most misrepresented and misunderstood mysteries of feminine power. It's womb manifesting. So this topic is really more than just a trending topic. And to be honest with you, I personally did not see a lot about, or really anything about womb manifesting until I started talking about it. And then lots of creators were able to see how it connected to what they were already teaching. And so they started diving in, which was a beautiful thing, right? Your womb, right? It's the ancient living technology at the center of your being. And I'm going to break down what it really is, what it's not, how to work with it safely, and why this might be the real missing piece in your manifestation journey. Let's start by dissolving the confusion. Womb manifesting isn't just another flavor of vision boarding or chanting I am abundant while ignoring your body completely. I have a series of videos on TikTok, and some of them start with, are you still manifesting like a man? Are you manifesting from your mind or a to-do list instead of your body? Most people are ignoring their body. Womb manifesting isn't bypassing your pain or a quick fix to a 3D problem. Womb manifesting is the alchemy of using your creative center, the seat of your intuition, your life force, and cosmic blueprint to bring your visions into reality. The womb is not just an organ or a baby-making center. Whether you have a physical womb or not, the womb field exists energetically in all beings who were born with female genitalia. I wanted to say all beings who identify with feminine creation principles, and it sounds very politically correct. The truth is, if you were born with a womb, even if you had it removed, you still have the energetic space. If you were not born with a womb, you don't have the divine technology encoded into your system to do this type of work, which is why we see men talking about manifesting from their mind. I was a part of, I'm trying to think, I want to say his last name was Trousseau. He did a series called Your Word is Your Wand, and it was quite expensive for me anyway, decades ago. And himself and several other men who have been part of the Brotherhood, the Illuminati, and some other, Masons, some other male-based groups. And they left those organizations to teach the manifestation principles to the average person. And at the time, it really wasn't for the average person because when it first came out, it was quite expensive. So, you had to be a little more than the average person to get a hold of it. However, and that is not the first place I learned about manifestation, but he broke down a lot of the training that they go through and the initiations and how they manifest and how they learn to manifest, which was brilliant. And it does work, but it never resonated fully in my body. It was very much a mental practice. It was very much a mental practice. And because I had studied with Abraham and I had all the books and the tapes and the everything, I also knew that there was emotions involved. So when I combined emotions and the mental, then I was having very good results. When my emotions or my mental were off, it was like I lost my superpower. The main thing is because my body was never engaged in the process. So womb manifesting is not bypassing your pain, nor is it a quick fix to 3D problems. Womb manifesting is the alchemy of using your creative center, the seat of your intuition, your life force, your cosmic blueprint to bring your vision into reality. The womb is not just a simple physical organ. And so those of you are those of us who have a womb, even if you've had a hysterectomy, it's an energetic temple, essentially a living cauldron where intentions, desires, and blueprint, a divine blueprint can merge. So even if you've had a hysterectomy, the organ portion of it has been removed, but the energy of it still exists. Womb manifesting is about rooting your creations into the deepest soil of your being so that they bloom strong, lasting, and in alignment with your soul, not just the ego's desire or a passing thought. And I feel like that's important because I do candle services this year for 2026 is we're going to be doing portal services. So for every portal each month for the next 12 months, we're going to be doing candle service. I say that to say women are able to send me their intentions. And one of the things that I notice is that women who maybe are making $3,000 a month always want to manifest $20,000 a month. Like they don't want to do and take the steps in between. They just want to go from 0 to 100 real quick, right? Or women with no relationship whatsoever and no prospects want to be married. And I feel like a lot of them get this impression that that is the right path because of how we've been taught to manifest through the mental. Literally, when you're doing it through your body, you birth every step. And I'm not going to go into all that here. If you're listening to this before January 18th, on the 18th, I will be doing a live womb wealth manifesting workshop where we're going to go step by step through the practice. We're going to talk about utilizing your orgasm for manifestation with a partner, without a partner. We're going to do a money obsession ritual. I'm going to teach energy techniques that open you up to receiving and abundance and turn your aura into essentially a wealth beacon. So we're going to go into all of that at that time. Your womb, however, is essentially a multidimensional technology. When you have that space, you are walking around with multidimensional technology in your body. On the most primal level, It's a portal that brings spirit into form, giving birth. But beyond physical creation, it's a wellspring of intuition, creativity, magnetism, and the power to receive and transmit energy. When you manifest from the mind alone, you are only using the tip of the iceberg. The mind can imagine, but the womb, she feels, she receives, she amplifies, and she births. It holds ancestral wisdom, quantum codes, and the unique flavor of your own soul's medicine. This is why she's so important. The womb is receptive and magnetic. She doesn't chase, she simply attracts. Women who are magnetic and who attract in that way are operating, known or unknown, from womb-based receptivity. When you direct your desire and intentions down into the body, into the womb, you are infusing them with your actual life force. That doesn't make, that's essentially what makes manifestations stick. And they feel real and not forced. So if you've ever been into spiritual magic, you've heard of women using their vaginal juices on rubbing it on a candle, putting it in men's food, whatever, because it causes the real reason that this works is because it's calling your juice, right? Your fluid from your womb when you are desiring something. It makes you put it on there. It makes you more magnetic. You become a magnet. So it works. In womb manifesting, you don't have to rub your juice on everything that you want. You simply put the intention and the desire, you bring it into the body and down to the womb. So let's talk about why the mind can dream up endless visions. But if the body isn't on board, if your womb isn't fully engaged, those dreams stay in the ether. Because there's a lot of men out there with a hope and a dream and all these ideas that never ever materialize. Almost always when I get a client and she's got a whole list of things that she wants to do in her life, and every year she has the same goal because there's some reason that she did not achieve it, she's disconnected from her womb. She's male-centered. Being male-centered almost always disconnects you from your womb. And I say almost always because there may be a 0.%, but literally it always disconnects you from your womb when you are male-centered. Doesn't mean that you're not with a man. It just means that being in a relationship, he's not the center of everything that you do. It's not. Being in a relationship with a man should not be like having a baby. Right? When you have a baby, the baby becomes the center for a period of time because it needs you for absolutely, its survival itself. Being in a relationship with a man, if it does not amplify who you are and make areas of your life, if not all of your life, easier, it is the wrong person. Speaking from experience. You are with somebody that you have to protect yourself from. You can't talk to them after certain hours. You can't talk to them if you are in a meeting because the level of distraction and the lack of support. You are with someone and you can't do what you love in front of them because of the nature and the energy of the relationship. If you give up going on your solo trips and your friend trips and you don't have the friends you used to have because of the relationship, you need to rethink things. And getting in touch with your womb really does help that. So mental manifestation is really great for clarity and setting direction and choosing what you want. But it's easily sabotaged because those old patterns of fear, of self-doubt, of overwhelm, they all come up. It can become like a loop of overthinking, trying to manifest and feeling stuck or disconnected. That's when you're all in your mind. Embodied womb creation means being bringing the vision in and down into the body, into the emotional field, into the cells. You feel it, you anchor it, and allow the creative power of your womb to start growing it so that you can birth it, essentially. This is where somatic practices, breath work, sound, and ritual come in. They unlock the pathways for your desires to move from thought to form. This is also why you can trace back where women got translated into witches. Women healers were called witches. And if you read anything about witchcraft or whatever, they're always depicted like dancing naked under the moon, yada, yada. That movement, that freedom allowed them to move their desires into the body, into the womb. They were very powerful. They had the ability to heal others, to support other women on their journeys during birth, all of those things. And men were horrified. And the more they could demonize it, the less it would happen, the less other women would catch hold of how amazingly wonderful that level of freedom was. And so they demonized it. That breath work, that drumming sound, the dancing, somatic practices, all of those things are essential for a female nervous system to be regulated. And yet somehow these religions have demonized it so that women don't do it. It's a whole nother podcast. I digress. When you are womb-led, your manifestations carry the full voltage of your essence. They become invincible. Maybe you've experienced this, right? You journal, you visualize, you affirm. But the shifts that you get are temporary or nothing really changes. And when I say temporary, like you get it and then there's a snapback because you lost it because you can't hold it. Why is this happening? It's happening because manifestations that are only anchored in the mental plane will always be limited. The mind alone cannot override the wisdom or the wounds held in your womb. The womb stores your deepest beliefs about safety, pleasure, worthlessness, and creation. If your womb field isn't clear, if it isn't open, and it's not energetically engaged, your desire can get lost, delayed, or looped back into old patterns. True manifestation is a body-based, spiritually infused process. Why do I say you're manifesting like a man? They don't have a womb. They don't have a natural connection to the earth the way that women do. Not that there's not spiritual men, not that there's not men that don't manifest. I mean, that's not even remotely true. What they do and how they do it is different. Their nervous system is regulated in a different way than ours as women. We cannot use their process because we are not the same. We are not built the same. We have high-level multidimensional technology woven into these amazing physical vessels that we operate from. They do not. So they have found a way through the mind to connect, to project, and to call in. But when we do it that way, we are limiting ourselves because we're the ones with the technology. And we are the ones with the technology that they are trying to replicate. The So if the womb isn't involved, the field isn't rooted, and your reality just can't shift at its deepest level. So now at this point, you're like, okay, goddess, so how do you actually do it? You had me at womb manifesting. First, I really just needed you to understand that this is powerful and sacred. It is not about rushing or forcing. It's about gentle reconnection, trust, and respect. Now, you can still be manifesting, and you can still have instant manifestations, even as you build this connection with your womb. You need to begin with patience and listening. Place your hands over your womb and just breathe deeply. Allow your body to settle and ask questions like, what do you need? What do you want me to know? And let the answers rise up through your body. Even if it's silent at first, it will come. Continue to do it. When your body hasn't been heard for a long time, it may take a while before you are able to hear it because your body never stops talking. Your womb never stops talking to you. We stop listening. So by adjusting and getting quiet and learning to hear your body, it will get louder, it will get easier to hear over time. Then you want to clear and cleanse because that also will help the connection and the communication. So use breath, any type of breath work really, that allows you to have a deep, that facilitates deep, slow, long breaths with a hold period. So like you breathe in for 4, hold for 4, out for 7. Something along that rhythm. Sound works really good. So humming, singing, and toning. This helps because it also helps to regulate the nervous system. Doing work to reactivate the vagus nerve is excellent too. A gentle movement to start moving energy in your body. So if you are sitting Indian style and you just rotate at the hips, making circles and humming, that's excellent with your hand on your womb. Doing things like ritual baths, yoni steams, uh, salt baths, all of these are beautiful things. All of those things will help. And if you are already doing those things, do them not just for the luxury of them, because they shouldn't be a luxury. They should be mandatory. They should be requirements. And start listening to what is going on in your body while you're doing them. This will help you release old stories, grief, or shame that might be stored there. Seed your intentions. When your field feels open and safe, speak your desire out loud and then let it drop into the womb like a seed into rich soil. Visualize this. Visualize roots growing. Feel what it is that you're wanting anchoring. And you can even create like a little ritual around this. If you've got a beautiful scent that you like to burn or an incense, light your candle, get some water, some herbs, things like that, and a clear spoken command. So, if you are familiar with my goddess codes, we will be doing an episode on goddess codes. That book is going to be available in March. So, um, look for that soon. Goddess codes, holographic commands are excellent. Me language, all of those things are excellent ways of communicating and other ways that you can harness um, the power of the womb so that when you speak, you're speaking in a way that bypasses the subconscious and you're speaking in ways that do not anchor you to a lower dimension like I am. And just allow for what you want, allow for your body and your womb to elevate you to the frequency so you can step into that frequency of abundance, of love, of stability, of whatever it is that you want. Um, where were we? So we were cleansing, right? And then you set your intentions. So make a ritual out of it. And then it's safety first. So go slow. If trauma or resistance comes up, honor it. Honor it is about experiencing it, letting it come out however it needs to come out. There's no rush. And if you've had a lot of trauma, sexual trauma, emotional trauma, mental trauma, sometimes support from a practitioner, a circle, or a guide is essential for this type of deep work. It's not going to always be painful. It's not going to always be uncomfortable for everybody. But some people have had some traumas that they're going to need guidance on how to process and release, because that's what you want to do, process and release whatever comes up as you start to reconnect to your womb, because there's usually a reason why we've disconnected in addition to um, the society and how we are programmed and indoctrinated into the collective. Your womb is sovereign, right? And it will never open up through force, only through love. If you like this and you want to go deep, there are 3 ways that you can go deeper into this. Number 1 is through Goddess Frequency, which is my one-on-one and group coaching program. You can get on the wait list for that because it's closed right now, only opens once a year. You can get into Goddess University and take the Womb Wealth Manifesting journey, which is about 14 to 16 days. And it teaches you how to start acknowledging and communicating with your womb and manifesting from that technology. Also on June 18th, I will be teaching live Womb Wealth Manifesting. And depending on when you're watching this, there may be a replay that's available as a journey inside of Goddess University. I'm going to teach you the step-by-step practices, and we're going to practice in real time. You're going to learn energy techniques to help call in more money. We're going to do a money obsession ritual. We're going to do some clearing, and we're going to learn how to use your orgasm for manifestation with with a partner and in solo play. So we're going to go really deep and be very specific. So if you'd like to join any of those, you can visit LaMeel.com. Plus the links to this will be under this episode. LaMeel.com is where you can sign up for the class. Goddess University is for the live classes on LaMeel.com. For university, you can go there and access the Womb of Manifesting 14-day journey. And you can go to Goddess Frequency, and the link again will be below, and get on the wait list for when that opens. But when you go there to get on the wait list, you will see the 15 plus courses that are included, plus you get one-on-ones with me, plus you have access to me for an entire year. That's a 1-year container. And you have access to me through Voxer, which is absolutely amazing. So what I want to do now is just dive into a couple of Q&A from the womb manifesting journey. So these are these are questions that either came from those in Goddess Frequency while we were doing the initial womb connection, womb clearing work, as well as those who did the mini manifesting journey. So the first question was, or is, how do I stay connected with my womb practice? Consistency, honestly, is born from devotion and not discipline. I would say create a womb altar. Think of your womb as a beloved friend and not like a fucking to-do list. Make micro rituals, right? 3 deep breaths, a song, a gentle check-in. The more you return, the safer it feels, and the more your womb is going to open up, and the more that you're going to normalize connecting to your womb, having conversations with your womb. It is so crazy to me that we will let a bunch of men and their unhealed shit inside of our womb, but we won't sit in front of a mirror and look at it ourselves. Crazy. You got to get connected. It's just insanity. Okay. The next question is, what if I doubt what I'm feeling or don't hear anything at all? Doubt is normal because that's how we've been programmed and conditioned. The mind will question what the body knows. Trust grows over time, for sure. So you're going to want to stay open to things like your sensations, your emotions, it's even imagery that arises. Your womb speaks in symbols and feelings and sometimes just a sense of rightness. The more you practice, the more fluent you're going to become. Let's see. Next question was, how do I move past emotional blocks or old pain? Emotions are messages, not obstacles. So when old grief, fear, anger arises, acknowledge it. Let yourself cry, move, express. The womb is a temple of transmutation. So you can use sound, movement, rituals, and goddess codes to shift energy and release what is not yours. Put music on. Find the goddess code. I will put the link down for the PDF version of the edition 1 below here too. Find the goddess code that corresponds with what you're going through, what you're feeling, what you're trying to release. Recite the goddess code, dance it out, cry it out, scream it out, punch a fucking pillow. Okay, next question. We've got 2 more. How can I tell the difference between what I'm thinking and what my womb is communicating? Excellent question. I liked this one a lot. The mind is quick, logical, and often urgent. The womb is slow, it's deep, and it's spacious. So womb guidance feels grounded, wise, and sometimes even surprising. That's how you're going to know the difference. Practice asking your question out loud and then dropping your awareness into the womb space and just wait. If it feels expansive and gentle and true, it's your womb. If it feels tight, urgent, or anxious, it's probably your mind. In general, when you ask a question out loud, or even if you're just in any type of situation, if your body feels heavy, it is a lie. It is not for you. It is not part of your truth. If your body feels lighter, it is true. It is part of your truth, and it is something that is safe to move into. Last question. What if I've had a hysterectomy or don't have a physical womb? The energetic womb field remains. It's a cosmic center, not a physical one. So work with your womb even through visualization, breath, sound, and intention. Your creative power is always available. And I kind of addressed that a little bit earlier. So beautifuls, womb manifesting is not a trend. It is your birthright and your cosmic inheritance. When you remember, restore, and honor your womb field, you remain the original architect of your reality. You want to claim the architecture of your reality creation. You are the architect. So tonight, I invite you to place your hand over your womb space, breathe, and whisper your next desire into the field. Anchor it with a goddess code, me, me manifesting, me magnetic, me align. It is done. I'm gonna look up a code. 520 is awesome for instant manifestation. So I would say 520, me manifesting, me magnetic, me aligned. It is done. If this resonates, please share it. Leave a question, a comment for the next show. You can join me live in any of our circles or courses to go deeper. We'd love to have you in Goddess University. All of the links to things I talked about will be below. You are the portal. You are the magic. And the world is ready for what only you can birth. I love you. Thank you so much for being here.